So we're going to go to site 2 in this thing here, and we're going to go here, and you'll see that we see the old growth trees in this area. And that's basically where we're located for Site 2 of Urban Critics and Advocates. So you can readily see where we're located on Highland Street. So that's how we're doing it.
Hello again. We are now located at the intersection of Highland Creek Road and 142nd Street in Surrey, BC. This is going to be a talk on agri-policy and site environmental enumeration in Surrey, BC. So I'll give you a little background of this area's river systems. It's composed of the Serpentine River system that drains into Boundary Bay. The headwaters are in North Surrey. The river winds its way to its mouth at Mud Bay. Further south, we find the Nicomelt River springs from the ground in Langley, British Columbia, and it travels west through the city to Surrey's Crescent Beach, where it also empties into Mud Bay. We are located in the South Newton area of Surrey, BC, where Highland Creek and Archibald Creek drain into Serpentine River system, which is just a little bit south from our position right now. Years ago, indigenous coastal Salish people processed whale meat, shellfish, and fish products. Behind me is a plaque to a stand of old growth trees, as you can see here on Highland Creek Road. These stands look to be approximately 800 years old. The longest living trees are around 5,000 years. For context, the last glacial maximum was 21,000 years ago. I commend the city of Surrey and its citizens on its heritage tree list, and especially during the current War of the Woods activity where the British Columbia government is logging old growth trees. This area is essentially following the old trail of the settler community completed roughly by the mid-1800s to permit farming for farm produce transport across roads, and the Fraser River ferry running that way, crossing into Vancouver Central Markets and Railroad. Logging recently has been approved for 800,000 acres of old growth forests in the 12 months since the last old growth review panel. If you want to find out exactly what is going on with the government's policies on old growth forest logging, you can go to the Wilderness Committee org, and I'll leave a link to any articles on that. Canada is in danger of reducing its arable land base in BC as more land along the 49th parallel comes under urban development, noted by the advocacy slogan, "No farmer, no food." Critical of Indian government policy in its privatization scheme, similar in policy directive to Canada selling off its farmer collective, the Canada Wheat Board, the CWB, to private Saudi American G3 Bunge company interests, initiating the largest transfer of farm farmer wealth to private companies in Canadian history, currently resulting in lower wheat prices for farmers since the CWB ceased in years past. So let's discuss their critical infrastructure in and around the city of Surrey, which incidentally is not only a municipality issue for Surrey, but throughout the province of Bryce. As you can see, in some of this area is only one side of the sidewalk. The other side of the street has no sidewalk. As many streets here in the city are only one narrow sidewalk. I don't have a tape measure right now to measure the width of the sidewalk, but as you can see, it's very narrow, barely enough for two people to walk in this area. I could spend hours on this topic. There are other, of course, pressing infrastructure projects, but I'll just leave it to that. And I could spend more time on that, but I will in other clips. So we'll just move to another area of Surrey, Newton, and we're going to be going to the King George Avenue, and I'll be discussing the issue of adequate affordable housing. So thank you very much.